Good morning and we're back. Okay, let's take a look where we're at. Morning. Morning. Good morning, Glow. Good morning, Cole. Voice is okay? Okay, great, thank you. So, yesterday, I'll go over the up. So, I'm gonna go over what we actually could have done differently, a little bit on the orb itself. Even though we only had like an 82 point torp. Actually, this one played out like I actually play the pre-orb session. So I'm gonna go over it, what we could have done differently. So you put that in your notes if you play the orb, so that you actually could have not got stopped out actually at this range and actually had to completely trade go with you. So I said actually to the people that were trading orb that you could have gone in here and you should have put your stop. Well, I believe they put it here, but I did not see myself at that point that we actually had a 2 minute for value gap here. That was not completely tapped. This one here actually still had some held actually some leftovers into it. So what does the value gap say? We need to put the stop at the previous wicks low. So if we keep that in mind, okay, that was gonna be only one contract actually, because that was a 80 point stop then that you would have had, or even more. If that was an outbreak, let me take a look how much that was. But if you trade orb, this is something you can put in your notes. If it is within, yeah, that would have been a 122 point stop, so that would actually be more than $200, so that's actually probably nobody would have been able to take this. So you can see here the market was actually building up liquidity. It took it out once more, and then actually it continued to move. I believe that actually the market was going to go chopping around for the whole day. So it did not actually when I got off stream. Actually, then it started moving upwards again. That can happen. That's okay. Another trading day. My friend, please, not on the pants today. This hurts. Get off. First look of yesterday, what I said, once we tapped in that 4 hour, we actually were going to go to the next 4 hour. We are in this zone right now. My full TP was correct actually, so we did hit that even before the end of day. So so first outlook, what can we expect today? It looks like eerst gekeken is the news. Before we start, I'm gonna watch if there's anything of news today. 8 o'clock was something, so that's already been done, and then at 1. Okay, for the rest, nothing actually in between, so that's okay. First outlook, we're actually having 1, 2, 4 hour value gaps, and we're trading inside 1. We didn't touch it halfway, so we probably will first touch it halfway and continue up. If this market now in this 4 hour that we are just started in decides first to tap this FEG just below, that is still possible. So if we trade lower on this orb, on the pre-orb session, we probably won't go lower than this 4 hour. So mark that one out on your charts if you want to be in it. So I believe this will be the only thing that we go lower, and then that have that continuation again. So it will look something like this, and then tap that 4 hour completely. Reason why is daily looks actually very bullish, no gaps, no nothing. So we just had 2 inside days, and now it broke actually loose off of it. Did you open the door?
You just opened the door. Mag ik nou eten?
Je haalt het eten weg en laat hem een beetje buiten.
So previous day high has already been hit. Previous day low, well, I don't believe we will go to that low again today. That's quite some distance. So, still looking at this market, at the first side that I see, 15 minute actually came back. It came in for value gap, it continues rallying upwards, and we're still doing this at this point. So,
Oh, geen muziek gepakt.
Zit er niets meer?
Muziek. Oh, muziek. Anders staat er hier.
oh, I should choose to. Okay, couldn't help us. So, first side, what I see here is actually we had a huge bullish candle. We came back into it. We came in a 15 minute for value gap, also a 4 hour, but that one was not created yet because this candle was not finished. We continued. We had a bullish structure again. Continuation. Swept the high, continued higher. We came back down. We actually came into this last 15 minutes for value gap, and now we're actually moving away from it again. So this is an internal structure, this is the external structure. So if this one now closes above this high, we will continue higher. I will probably first go to that midsection and then see if we can actually complete that full 4 hour candle, yes or no. That actually we will have to see once we're in it. Take a look if we have. So that actually is almost, the halfway point is actually almost the same of the hourly that we're inside of. Let's take a look if we have a 15 minute maybe. Yeah, we do have a 15 minute just above, so there is a big possibility that London taps this. So that would be the highest. That if we go immediately to the upside, that would be the highest I want to take it. I'll put the 2 lines here, so midpoint. So the dotted lines just above here is actually my alarms. So if it hits, that I hear it. So don't look at these. They're not actually. I don't believe I can not show them. So if this was actually a session sweep of high, that would have been a great entry point of that ILM actually, or change in structure on a 15-minute. Because that would have been the change in structure, and that would have been a 5-minute tap inside, so that would have been a great movement.
Is het oké als hij alleen buiten blijft?
Ja.
Maar ik moet pipi doen en nog
Ja.
gaan lezen.
Die komt vanzelf naar binnen.
Die wordt al niet zo fijn.
200 zijn bos aan dat doen.
Die zei altijd vanzelf, hè? Die gaan niet mee. Maar in één keer komt hij hier te staan. Waarschijnlijk omdat ik switch op of zo.
Sure. Oh, did we all see this? That was a gap, guys. That's a 2.5 point gap that we got in here. Why did we have a gap of 2 points? Okay, so if this falls down, first area that I could see it go to is actually just below. I'll take a look if we can even take this. Yeah, you could. Yeah. That's a 1 hour, so. So this for value of this closed. Here we still have one, so we still need to put it at least to this high for our stop. So, and this is actually just 1 hour from here. $1.7 to the lows, but a 1 hour actually to the most liquidity pool. So this would be a liquidity that it needs one more time. it's not the greatest amount that you can gain from this trade, so if you should follow the plans what we actually have, we should not be able to take this to the downside anyways. Because actually my first idea is that we will hit that 4 hour just below and then continue a bit higher. So if we just hit that 4 hour below here, that's like 1 hour from here. It depends, if we just breach it slowly, that could be possible, but otherwise that would be a very not smart play. The range is just too short. It depends, of course, if this one now fills up this fair value gap and we have a smaller fair value gap just here, so we can put it halfway. This changes everything because this is 1.7, and if it is high, that's a 2 hour, so that would do differently, but we still need to see if it just fills up this fair value gap right here. If it does, we can put our stops a bit lower, but if it doesn't, we need to put our stops right here. So that would be, oh yeah, I'll put this first on. Please get off. You did you? Wacht, Selena, die ben deze tegen. Die gaan aan de kant. Okay, 5 minutes, did not close yet. So if this candle is not filled up completely, I would personally not take this, because it's out within 1 hour only at maximum that you can make profit off of it. So that would not be something I would look for. Of course, if it can fall further down, we can take all of this out. That is actually very good doable. But this is something I would not risk for. Let's take a look at the 1 hour. Yeah, the only retracement I actually see is that 4 hour here, so that's nothing to go to. This to the 1 hour just below, so if that 1 hour should hit, that's still possible. That's still more than a 2 hour, so that one would be 1.7 to a 2 hour, so that would be doable. the other hand, if we go up, that's definitely a nice trade. Even to the 4 hour, that's a 2 hour, so that would still be... The upwards has more potential. Especially because the candles actually show us that we still have strength to move further upwards. So we will... This is that bullish structure actually. We came down, we continued, we came down, we continued, we came down, we continued up. We took all inside liquidity away. Now we're continuing. So if this breaks to the upside, I would take this. This actually looks nice. This is actually a continuation movement. Even though in the hourly we did have a bit of a retracement, that's still okay. We can have this. So I do believe we filled up this completely now. Okay. No gaps for you on top step, yeah. So this is M and Q. You're trading M and Q. This is NQ where I'm on. "40 seconds, and we'll see what happens." If the market actually wanted to go lower here, it would have done it already, because actually this was that tap of that value gap right here by 15, and we are actually back at the same height, so there's no reason for us to come twice to this 15-minute FEG right here. This wick and then push back down should actually be the sign that it wanted to go lower. It did not. This 15-minute took out that low, so probably we will go higher. So that was the breach. If you take this, that would be the long starting here. Stops will have to be, I believe, at the bottom. Let me take a look where the stops would be. Yeah, we still have a small gap here. I have one here too, so bottoms will it be. So stops needs to be all the way at the low. Need to stop. It's 23,472.5. If we sweep the whole high, so that would be session high, I would take a partial at session high and let the rest do its thing to get to that midpoint.
Ik zet er nu bij orb traders waren in de trade.
So I would take this. This is almost a 1.5, so this would be your TP1 at 23,551. So that would be the entry point. And I want to see actually immediately push through. So set up that's high actually as your first take profit point. Oh, that one is not correct. That was 1-1. 5-1-1. I don't want to see an immediately push. I don't want to see us hanging around here, especially not after a nice 5-minute big, actually a huge candle for pre-orb sessions.
Where there was a break.
Did I draw something not correct? Did I move something? Oh, I moved mine. My drawings were not correct. Luckily my wife sits beside me. It looked like while I was drawing, actually I moved my warp range, so there was no break of structure yet. Shit.
Nou zit hem vast, hè. Kan je hem vastzetten? Oh, gelukkig zijn ze nou wel aanwezig. Er zijn er een paar bij die...
Good guys. Good that you look, this is good. This so should you already know the model without me. So that's better. So if we break to the upside, yeah, this should be above this high actually. If you did not enter, that means that you are awake and that you're ready to trade. So congratulations. Yeah, that would be a whole other story. So still, upside would still be, I would definitely take a look what we do here at our high. Even though it's only 0.8, I know, but we need to be definitely take a look what just happened when we get to that point. So we did create another fair value gap inside. So stops would still be at the low. This is 5 minutes if this one closes.
Daar gaan ze. It's always for a reason, because if you're in, it's always for a reason. I see.
This 15 minute actually did close nicely, so everything shows us that we actually do want to go higher. Once we breach this high, there's nothing stopping us from continuing higher. And everything just will follow in place. This is the only stop that I can see that could hold any value of us not going further upwards. So if the next 5 minutes do breach outside this range, we will continue because it will actually go above 4 points. And if you did enter the trade already, yeah, then you're in. So then it's also up to you to make sure that you do it correctly. Even I've done it so many times, and if I did not do my drawings correctly, you get in a different place, of course. It can happen to me too.
Zie je die muis bewegen? Hier, just kijk.
No, mine was marked wrong. So thank you for being a very.
Zo zijn de honden gehoord.
Oh yeah, yeah. We got some dogs and some cats around us, so the alarm of a car was going off here, and they were howling to it.
The mouse clicks are distracting.
Can you hear my mouse click?
Als ze de honden horen.
That's a strong microphone that we have here. Maybe I'll put my sound a little bit lower.
Ja, die kunnen het echt horen. Klik, klik, klik.
Oh yeah, I can see, but that's strange.
That was not before.
Yeah, so I'll take a look at my settings so that I maybe can reduce background sounds or something. I'm still getting used to OBS and how to.
Vibe to it, click, click.
Oh. I love the vibe in here. Mornings that makes you laugh is always good.
Ja, als zij dat niet zeggen, kunnen we dat niet weten. Hè? Dus dat is echt wel goed. Hè?
Yeah, it's nice that you guys said it to me because I actually hardly watch a replay of myself. Only if I see that I could done something different, or that I was maybe in a less good state, then I would rewatch it to see how I do it differently.
No, there are people in here that like it. It helps me to not lose focus. Click, click.
Yeah,
Stay awake.
Yeah, it's actually just the mouse that I'm with, so it isn't any different. So 35 seconds, I do want to see that. That would be a great one to see it breach in the next 30 seconds. For this session it will stay like this, I cannot change it. Actually I have no idea how to change it, so...
Ik hoor dat ook.
Yeah. But it's not my mic, it's through the computer itself. So it's no breach, so no trade.
Waar heb jij weer gezeten? Hangt voor me...
Wat plusjes. If this 15 minute now inverts everything back to the downside, then I'm 100% sure that we will go to that 1 hourly just below 2. Because now it actually finished off this complete move, so it does need to breach the high to continue the move. So I said this is actually that protected stop after we had a change in delivery. We do need all market makers stops or we'll be up here. Okay, so some of you like it, so I'll make a poll for it. So who does like it, who doesn't like it? So maybe it stays, maybe it doesn't. I'll let you all decide. Someone likes it, so let the rest also give a message if they like it, yes or no. So we are here with 20 people, so if all of you give me a message, so that would be 20, so 10 would be the half. Let's see if it's annoyed, yes or no. And if only one response, let's call that we keep it. Team click. So you still need to keep it funny with traders, so it's already enough to just watch the candles and get super focused into them, so it's good to have a laugh while you're doing it. It keeps your mind off of things it should not be thinking of. Good morning, Euros.
You're in Team Click here.
You're in Team Click here. 20 minutes to open, so looks like it's a slow moving day again. This was actually the most beautiful part of the day, actually right here. Once we came down, we came into that gap, and then we pushed immediately off of this. This was actually a very beautiful play. So that orb from yesterday actually did what I would love to give my thoughts process today as well. Yeah, send me a DM, Euros. I'll go over a chat with you. So actually the thought process from yesterday was correct, what I had in mind. The market just decided to hang around a little bit, and then actually it hit to my first full TP. We actually got there because that was actually here. This was my full TP here, the high. And after we hang around a little bit, we actually flew through it. At 10 o'clock actually we made it, so that would have been a very beautiful trade. So first of all, it looks like we tapped that and we did not breach that high. So if we do not go above this high, we will fall lower at the first sight. Give it a few more minutes. We're now in that 5 minute for value gap, so this 15 can easily go back up. So it's pretty normal. Once we reach up, we tap a 5 minute and then continue higher. But if we just sit around doing this until 9 o'clock, we better have patience until 9 o'clock says what side it wants to pick. Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah. I'll give you a spot in the channel already, my friend. I love your thought processes and see how it works. We can work something out. I just want to make sure that everybody keeps on the same level. So if your way of seeing the market is a bit off of my way of seeing the market, it's just I don't want to confuse new traders. That's all. But let's jump in a stream together. We will see how it works out. I know you're a great trader anyway, so I've seen your work. you're in the group, right, Euros, and on Discord? I'll give you access to the live. So you actually have access to the main stage now. So jump on stream with me this afternoon on Discord and we'll see. You actually see it live with me, so I actually gave you right here. I gave you access. Working together is always good. I'll be here around 3:15, something like that. If you open up, you can already start it. It's okay. So my time 3:15, so that would be New York's time 9:15, I believe, 9 and 15 minutes. Hoe is het? Hoe is het? Okay, I inzoomed. Of uitzoomed. So the only thing that we actually... So for everybody that was maybe not here at the beginning of the stream, I'll go over that last time. We're still hanging around here anyway, so we still have 29 seconds and it does not look like we will have that. Yeah, you're stuck again on my t-shirt, my friend. Yeah, get off. Thank you. Sorry guys, my cat is, the new one that is in my van, is actually hanging more on my clothes than on the ground itself at this point. So I'll wait 10 seconds and then we still need a 5 minute anyway before we have a close. 4, 6, 5, 4. I'll go over the trade from yesterday one more time because I found it actually important. Yeah. So yesterday, right here. So that was the 9, the 3, 4, the 55. So we were hanging. Yeah, this one actually, because I said this would be TP right here. We actually made the whole move up, so that was actually a gorgeous move. And actually I did so if you're trading the warp session right here, that was the warp range of New York session, because this is actually very important to see. So the reason why I actually say if there is still a value gap inside your warp range, there is always a possibility it comes finish it off. And actually there was. On the 2 minute, so we start from 15 and we go down to 1 minute. So we have the 15, the 5, the 3, the 2 and the 1. So these we only use. You don't need to do the 30 seconds or anything like that. So you can see on the 15, so on the 2 minute we had here the first FVG. We did get tapped, but it was not filled up yet. It's not much, but it was still about 1.5, something like that left in. Yeah, see, I always say if a value gap needs to get filled up completely, especially if it's a smaller one, do not have value anymore. So actually what did the market do? Rallied up, it came back down, just finished off this for value gap and then actually took the move. We put our stop actually at this low, so we got stopped on this wick, and then I thought actually the market was going to go sideways. I did not see myself this FVG until I saw it this morning actually. So if you ever see a for value gap inside an orb range, use the wick before it as your low. If it's still in your premises to be able to trade it. That means if you don't go over your money managed risk primacy. If you do go over it, be patient until the market comes back, until you have actually a retest of that entry. If it does not come back and it goes without you, let it go. It meant that that trade was not for you. I'll teach you later on how to actually enter on these, because this was actually, once we saw this move up, we actually had multiple adding spots even. Look, that was the high. We breached it. We created small for value gap just below it on the 5 minute. We took the high again, so you could have added right here on this position. I was not behind the charts anymore, so this would be your adding spot. I also said once we came down and we go above this one, that would have been your first adding spot. That was all. You watch the replays, so from yesterday you will see me say it. If we go above here, you can add. So this was the second adding spot. Actually here we continued to move. There were no for value gaps except of this one actually. Once you tap into it and you come above this high again, that would be another high adding spot. I would do not more than 3 adds, and then that would be it, because this was TP. So then I would let it run and see what happens afterwards. That was full TP here, so we did hit that. I probably would have gotten out myself if I was still in the straight around this area. Even though that was my full TP, this was already 5:30 in the afternoon, so that is quite 6 o'clock. I would not be behind the screens anymore. Everything would be at BE at least. If you add to the positions when we get above again, I would add a half position every time and make sure we move up stops. How would you move up stops? Oh, let me take a look first if we didn't have a breach. No, we're still inside, so still okay. How would you change or move your stops up? Say that this was the first position, so we came above. That would have been your first entry. That would be a very big trade actually. Your second adding spot would be here. Your first adding, actually, once we breached it, that would be the candle. Stops would be at the last liquidity sweep. You can choose then to take this one or to take the lowest one. I would take the lowest one to start with. Same high. Once we have one left over, we can put all stops down to here. So once we breached it again, all stops can be moved. We created a new one. That was a new entry actually. After it breached, here, stops, everything can be moved down to here or even to this low. The reason why is this is the last liquidity sweep. We should not come back here if the market wants to continue. So this was actually a decent trade then. Once you can add 2 trades, you actually have a very decent trade. Immediately once you have added this one and the stops was here, you move this one with it. So you actually reduce a lot of stuff. Once you add a second time, you move everything up to here and then so on. This is how you add to a good winning trade after a 5-minute retracement into a fair value gap of it and then continue over the highs. Now this looks like the most fun market again. Now he's asleep, yes. I will go over this multiple times, every time I see it, and I can show you again how to add. This will sink into your brain after a while. It will take some time, but once you get a hang of that one, this is actually how you make huge amount of profits in the same trade that you're already taking. Because that one trade could actually be instead of, yeah, if this one was all the way down here, that would have been a 1. This would be a half hour into it, so that would also be a 1. And this is also a half hour, so that would be 0.6. So instead of only making 1 hour, you would actually have made 2.6 on the same trades, with only a half hour added to risk. And once we got actually to this high, everything was in profit here, so you would only have like a half hour in risk, with already profit 17 points and another 28 points. So I believe you would be actually at BE here, so with no risk at all. If the market then decides not to continue higher, also be happy with it. This is how you actually make a lot more profits without having to do anything else, and just adding to a winning trade. If this is the first time you heard this, let it sink in a bit, or rewatch this one. That's how many minutes are we in? Doe ik een stream open? My god. Zijn we zitten?
51 minuten.
Okay. So go back and rewatch the stream, and 75 minutes we're 57, no, 70, 57, yeah. 57 was it?
51 staat 51.
51. We're in 51 minutes now in our stream, so go rewatch the replay around 50 minutes, and then you can actually re-see that, how to add to a trade. You don't need to rewatch the whole. If you want to, there's always value inside. We made a good laugh of it, so you. I'm actually trying to grow all my channels. So I only have 2 channels. That's YouTube and Instagram at this point. So if all of you are in it already, thank you. If not, would also appreciate it if you just follow that channel too. It's a very new channel. We have about 73 followers at this point, so I used to never like Instagram. Not for putting any, not for putting anyway normal pictures up. I've only used it for business. So we're about 56 minutes in this stream, and actually nothing at all happened. You actually can see if this protected stop actually held, how strong this actually is. A good exercise for all of you. Go find some other chart. Just take a normal chart, doesn't matter where you watch it, to find them, those protected stops where actually the market maker put their stops. So do know if this gets breached, the thought process that we are actually having was incorrect, and we should change immediately the way that we are thinking of our trade. Keep that in mind too. So every time I say it's a protected stop, that means the market should not rally through it anymore. If it does, that means actually the thought process before was incorrect and the market decided to do something different. So that means that the market actually changes direction immediately. And most of the time that's after a buy side liquidity sweep or end side liquidity taken. So on the downside, on this way down actually, this is that one. So this would be that protected. My English writing protect. I hope it's like this. If it's not, yeah, I'll leave it. So reason why I say it's this one is actually, if we watch here, we came in a fair value gap, we came down, we came back up, and we pushed higher again. So if the market wanted to push below this, the market wants to go lower. First stop would be here, that 1 hour. Afterwards, we can definitely still go into that 4 hour just below here too. On the 15 minute the same, so we came up, we rallied, we had that continuation move, we came back down, we took internal liquidity, so this is the internal liquidity right here, that was building up, we took it out, we held on this fair value gap then, so this was a good action that moved the market back in the direction that it was already doing, and then this comes that protected stop. So that's 1 minute till open. So if the market decides now to move lower, we would have opened with our side or immediately get us out. So if you should take a short, yeah, the stops would be actually outside the range. 4 seconds. That was not a close. That was actually on it. Okay, so no close. It comes open, so we will have some volatility coming the market. So the whole hour now, doing nothing. In the next 15 minutes we should actually be patient and see what open brings, what London shows us. We could trade the orb from London now. I would not trade the pre-orb session now anymore. I would be patient until the one of London comes. The reason why is we should already had decided where the market should go to. So if you only trade pre-orb session, I would say call it a day, no trading day. So it would be for the afternoon session. Because you did trade then in the morning session, and if you come to the afternoon session back for the orb, you can actually still take a hit from it, or still be able to do it one more time. This is the good thing about this orb range. We actually have a very easy entry model. So that means if we don't have a breach, there is no entry model. And still it looks like we didn't have any, so why was this protected, Nicholas? Yeah, Anthony, I would say no trade day. Because of, yeah, pre-London, I would say no trade day. It didn't give you an entry, so we're an hour in stream, so it should already give you an entry. So, and why is this a protected stop? Because this is the last sweep after a continuation movement. So again, if we zoom out a bit and we watch just the 15-minute without even watching any other movements, I'll delete my drawings for a second. So if we watch how these candles are moved, we see that we are in an uptrend. This you can see all, I believe. If you can't, now you can actually. I'll take even the sessions off for a second. So if we are in an uptrend, what do we look for the continuation of a movement? We actually look for a small retracement. So we create fair value gaps, FVGs, like people say them, and these should hold value to continue a movement. So what holds value on this one? If the market does not go under this low, so this was like the first protected low. Once this came in it and we had the continuation above this high right here, that means that the market said, okay, we're continuing in the same direction. As long as we see this movement, that means the next protected low, instead of this one, is this one right here. The reason why is, this is the last sweep after a continuation of a movement. Same here again, we came down into fair value gap. This would have fair value gap. This one tapped it too. But look what happened. We did not sweep that high here with this one. So you could have entered here. I took a long off of it again. Your stop should be then below this protected low for that continuation. Be patient and see once we sweep this high again, right here. That means that the next protected low is this one. We move back up. Now we came down. So once we actually now sweep this high up here, this will become the full protected low. So at this point actually it's this one. This was the last sweep after the continuation. The reason why I say normally we can take this one already is this was that FVG, the last spot actually that we should continue further. So if it breached this one, we probably go through everything. You understand it? If not, let me know. Komt dat zo daarachter? Okay, great. So, once you see this, this is actually also an entry, a way to enter a trade. So this is actually how you add to trades, but this is the same how you actually trade continuations. So markets love continuation movements, and even if you missed like the orb entry and you see a retracement, and you still know where the market wants to go to, so it didn't take out all side of liquidity, so you still see where the market wants to go to, you can put this as an entry, put your stop at that low, and take it up again. First target would be, of course, the high of this one. If you see it continue, you can just let it ride further up. This is actually how we add to a trade. And there is two ways to adding to a trade. It's the same of entering. You can enter it on the retracement, or you can enter it on the break off. This part, when we retrace, is less profitable. Reason why is it can actually fall further down. If it does not and it continues higher, you have more profit. That's the good thing about it. Once you enter it, once we breached it, you actually have a smaller amount of profit, but you do have a bigger chance that the continuation continues. Those are the downsides, and the positive things immediately give.
Remember that you have Q&A today.
Oh yeah, thank you, Alicia. So anybody that had the pre-session, that will be that would not be a trading day for me. So same here. We came up, we came down, we tapped that value gap one more time right here. So this should now actually continue if the market does want to go to that high. But if you look inside this area here, it's also good to see this one, because this is internal structure, and these fair value gaps don't hold any value, because we had one, we tapped, we breached it, so the market should say we go lower. But we had the same on the upside. So if we're chopping around like this, and this is a chop market because fair value gaps don't hold any value. It's best to stay off the market then, and be patient until a new session. We have multiple sessions where we actually do not see this, and we actually have immediately push and breaks, and this is what an ARP range needs. If you don't have it, it's best to keep your hands off of it for today. It's also a profitable day. That means you didn't give anything to the market. So better a no trading day than giving something to the market that because you had a feeling that you wanted to do something. Doing nothing in trading is actually doing something. You watched the charts, you were here, so you have a discipline, you were here. Second of all, you watched the charts. Third of all, you had the discipline to follow your plan, and that is the main goal in trading, following one plan. Nothing else, nothing more, nothing less. Being here daily, following that strategy that you filled up yourself, or filled in yourself, and then continue to it. I know, it's easy to say, and I know it's not easy to follow. Because somehow we are trained to actually wanting to do more. And the reason why is in everything that we actually do. So say you like going to the gym and you want to be building up muscles, you have to show up to the gym every day, or multiple days in a week anyways, to build up that condition and until you get to that point. But you will have to do it constantly over and over again, and you have to exercise more and more to get the same result or grow into that result. Actually in trading is the reversal, so we do have to do less and less to get that result. We do need to show up and be there. If the opportunity shows, we can enter a trade, but actually we need to do less. And doing less in trading makes you more money. I know it's a very strange thing for the brain, but this is actually how you become a very profitable trader in a very small amount of time. So for the next 10 minutes, stay the same. I'll be offline in about 15 minutes from here today. I got Q&A on the bootcamp, so looking forward for the questions that I will get. If I don't have any questions, I'll go over the models one more time so everybody understands them. We go back testing them for a while together, so you can actually see how I do it. But if you were here today and you did not take any trades and you followed your own plan, congratulate yourself. It's very important. You're ahead of 99% of the traders. If you even have a plan, you're ahead of 90%. And if you didn't take a trade with following your plan, that's even better. Then you're definitely before the 98% of the rest of the traders. So we're not here to do what the 2 or 3% does. We're actually here to do what the 90%. We're actually here to do the opposite what the 90% does. That don't make money. So what do they don't do? They add to winning trades. What do they don't do either? Is follow a plan, a structured plan. If you want to learn how to fill one in, join the Discord. I'll give you the info that you need to put in it. Just fill it in. Give me a DM, and I'll make sure if it's correct, or if I see it, it's correct for you. So now you can see actually this is still that high. We did not tap it yet. Okay, now we did tap it, so this actually wants to move further up now. So this was the last 1, 2, 3, 4 down moving candles. We continued, we came into one more fair value gap. Now we broke that high. If the body closes above that high, we actually will continue higher. Then this is now that protected low. You always look at the last down movement. So this was the full movement, this was the last down movement. These 4 candles. So if this candle breaches above that high, and it actually, I believe, tapped it. Yeah, tapped it. So that would be actually then the move up. And this would actually be the first breach of the pre-orb session. So I'll tape read it if anybody trades. I know I said not to, but I know some people never listen, so I'll tape read it anyways. So that would be the breach. Stop should be, I'll let you guys fill the other one in. What do we see? 2 per value gaps right here. So stop should be even outside the range. Not this low. Target. First target would actually be that high. That's a very small profit, I know. Second target would be actually, let's take a look. Yeah, all the way up here. But that would be a 2.2. Actually, this wick holds a lot of value. After that wick, we can actually see us maybe move up to that a higher 1 hour for value gap right here.
Hey, take a look.
So we did sweep the session. I got about 40 more minutes, so I'm not taking a trade at this point.
So you sweep?
Yeah, we just sweeped. So that was TP1 actually. We already took in that one. So that was actually right here. So that was a very small trade actually. So as the 4 minutes close above, actually Orb of London then shows us the same movement that the pre-orb did. The reason why I actually said this was TP1 because this was Session of Asia. We were hanging around here for quite some time and we did not move at any direction, so it didn't show me that actually the hard push that I wanted to see. This is actually my other entry model. that I love to play and test out, but because I'm going offline in 13 minutes, I'm not gonna enter it. So even here, if I'm not behind the charts and need to do something different than watching it, I will not just enter it, because even though it shows the model completely, I will not do it, because otherwise I would be too much busy with this trading instead of being with the group in about a few minutes, and that would not be smart of me. So this is exactly why I said this is EP1. Look how strong this actually pushed down again off of it. So if you learned something, give me a thumbs up. That's always nice for the channel to grow a little bit by bit. I appreciate all of you being here. I did not take a trade today, so I'm happy with it. Be happy with it too. That will make you a lot more money over time. If you take the normal London orb, actually should not be in it yet. We did not have a close. So this would be London's orb. And then you should actually be patient until we have a close. 1 more minute. I need to close above the range. It's the same.
Is that on the dragonfly
Ah yeah,
OG?
that's that. Cool, eh? You learned something good. My wife is learning the candlestick Bible. She's learning how to read candles. So, if you ever have the chance or take the time out of your busy schedules, I know we all have lots of things to do, but if you want to become a very good trader, try to learn what these candles say. And the best way is actually to go learn on the Candlestick Bible or watch my internal course for beginning traders. It actually shows you everything you need to know about candles. So I'll end the stream a little bit early today. I'm not gonna sit here for the next 10 minutes. I'm not trading. So was happy that you all were here. I would say enjoy your London session. If you're not in a trade yet and it looks like the market goes a bit more sideways, just let it do its thing. Be patient for the New York session. We will have another chance to trade anyways. Somebody said something.
Yeah.